Hey everybody, it is a beautiful spring day here in Georgia. I am out behind my house. I have a basement at my house. It's a walk-in basement, but I can't currently pull a vehicle in. So the goal is to take out these double windows and put a 9x7 garage door so that I can pull a couple cars in here. I got my buddy Steve over here helping me. He's kind of a lifelong friend. We went to tech school together back in the 80s. We've been friends ever since. He lives down in Albany, Georgia, and he's up today with his wife. We've learned a little bit about concrete siding, hardy board. You actually have to score it. I tried cutting it with an oscillating tool, and this is what happened to the blade. It got eat up pretty quick. And so you just score it and then it breaks, kind of like sheetrock. Had to get to the nails that held in the window frame. There was only two actually along this side. There's probably only two over here. There's probably a couple along the top and a few along the bottom. I don't want to pull that piece of siding because that's where the top of the garage door is going to be. I think the window will just drop, maybe if it's only got a couple nails holding it. We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and knock this out, get this piece off, and then pull the window out. We've got the window loose, except for the top, and it won't come out because I think as it's swinging out, it's binding. This lower section's coming out anyway, so we're gonna take it out. That should let the window come out freely. Let's see if we can show it who's boss. All right, a moment of truth. It's probably still attached by a couple of screws at the top. We could probably wiggle it a little or something. Is it coming down? Like, is it hanging straight still? I have it dropped on one side. It's pretty straight. Yeah. I wonder where it's hanging. It's probably going to collapse and crash to the ground. There it goes. I think I have it anyway. Yeah. I figured that would do it. Just needed 200 pounds dropped on it. And there we have it. The empty tomb. Nice. Looks fantastic. So some of y'all may be saying, Tim, do you know what you're doing?
Tim, do you know what you're doing? You've cut a hole in our house.
And the answer is, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've done some construction, but I am by no means a contractor or a professional. But my desire to work on cars in my basement is stronger than my fear of doing this. So I had to do it.
Had to?
Yeah. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, I'm sure because you got a big hole in our house.
We'll trim it out nice. It'll be nice when I'm done.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Baby steps. Had to do this first.
I think it's going to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got to make some ramps, dress this up a little bit, and then of course we've got to widen it up for a 9-foot door so we can pull a car in here. It's probably almost wide enough for a car right now. Making progress. It is 6 days later and I am back at it, putting the garage door in. So because it was going to be almost a week before I could get back to this project, we set the window back in and put a couple screws in to hold it in, and then the panel that was below the window previously, just set it up top to keep birds and critters out and bugs, and also rain because we have had some rain this week. We're going to get this knocked out and hopefully have a garage door in this weekend. So when you have too many cars, you've got a couple of options. One is to get rid of some of the cars. That's a bad option, yeah. The other is to make more space for them. So that's the plan here. Also, I watch my mom over here at my house. She's 91 years old and has dementia. So I can't really leave and go over to the shop, which is about 25 minutes away. This will enable me to come downstairs and work on cars while she's upstairs watching game shows or building puzzles or sleeping, the three things that she primarily does. The first two cars to come in here should be the Mustang Fastback and the VW Beetle that's been over at the shop. I got to rewire that thing. It's nice and small. It should fit in here easily. We're making progress and we're going to be doing more car work. That's the goal. This is kind of a package deal. I need to put in the garage door, but I also need to take out this wall and that wall, and I want to take out a few of these studs here. There's only floor up above. There is an island up here in the kitchen, and that has stone countertops, so there's some weight associated with that. I don't want to remove this. I think I can take out these three studs, put a jack stud in here, put a beam across there, and then I'll have one post here, and then I'll have this here, and I can open a car door in between that space or walk through. I'm going to change this post to some 6x6s in the middle here. I think 3, that'll be 4.5 inches wide, and then leave this one. Sometimes it sounds so simple, and then you end up taking 8 hours doing it. I'm sure carpenters do it much faster. I'm not there. The main thing is that I do it right. So here on the outside, I want the garage to come right up to here, the opening of the garage. It's going to be a little shorter than a full 7 feet, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I don't plan on bringing any lifted four-wheel drive trucks in here. I wanted it to be centered on the house, centered below this window. Because this wall sticks out, I've actually got to shift the whole thing a little to the left. That's okay though. You won't notice it when you're upstairs, and I don't think it really even matters. But yeah, keeping this full piece of siding I think is a good thing. I don't want to have to cut it. Would be a lot of extra work. I think it's gonna look okay. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm kind of growing the beard a little. Y'all like it? Jake's getting married next month, and I'm trying to look like a homeless guy at the wedding. I've never had a beard this long before. Don't know when I'm gonna cut it, but I kind of like it. We'll see where it goes. I want to give a big shout out to Ryan Penner. The Penners actually helped us with the 57 a couple years ago, getting it back from Wichita. I've been picking his brain about doing things here, what I should do. He does home contracting and is a wealth of information, so he's given me a lot of advice on what to do and what not to do so that all this doesn't collapse. Got the boss lady down here in the basement occupying the ATC 70. For those who don't know, ATC stands for all-terrain cycle. So we got the 70 in here. Oh yeah, we're gonna get you out on there with the motor running, okay? And this cool thing here, ATC 90.
What the hell is that?
That's a little scooter.
I know.
It's called a Honda Kick and Go. Yeah.
It's unusual.
Yeah, another Honda three-wheeler.
Okay.
Okay, you gonna keep me straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you warm?
Yeah.
You look cute on that thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to ride it out in the yard?
Nope.
Not today, but another day?
Another day when it's daylight.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a headlight. That one has a headlight, but this one does not. But yeah, we'll get you out there during the day sometime.
Okay.
All right. I picked up this combination square the other day at Lowe's, and it's Johnson and made in the USA, $14. They had one made by Klein, made in China, $30. What's up with that? I always heard made in the USA cost more. It is another day in the basement. Got Sally down here with me, looking quite fashionable, drinking her Yingling. Yeah, She's making the place beautiful. Got the jack studs in on both sides. Had to put a new full stud in over here. Now we can put the header across. But first, I wanted to prop this up. We don't want any sag. We do have a room up above, a whole house up above. So I blocked this 2x10 in. I'm gonna leave this lower section. I'm just gonna cut it right here and remove all this and then put in the header. I must say, that was way more work than it should have been. I didn't want to destroy any of this or the siding that's attached to it on the outside. So, kind of took it easy, was gentle on it, and now I'm ready to put in the header from here all the way across to there. Oh yeah, finally. Finally. And then it should go faster. We always tell ourselves that, but then it ends up not going faster. We'll see. And bam, just like that, it's done. Got the header put in, went ahead and put in the garage door, even put in an electric opener. I probably should have been running the camera a little bit more, but got busy with getting things done, and it did take longer than expected, but you know, through the magic of video, it happened like that. And this is how it ended up on the outside. As mentioned earlier, I kept this full piece intact. I just tucked the trim board in underneath and behind it. I don't believe that's the way it's normally done, but it gets the job done. I still need to run a little caulk down here, but it's a pretty nice clean edge. Got some good weather stripping from a local garage door company that seals it up really well. I made some wooden ramps, but I'm gonna end up mixing some concrete and making a ramp wide enough for lawnmowers or whatever I'm pulling in here. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Also, got this opened up here. I need to redo this header because it should have a top and bottom plate. And I ended up only taking out 2 studs just because I wanted it stronger under the island. And this is kind of right on the edge of the island upstairs. It is very nice to have all this done. I'm looking forward to getting some car work done down here in my basement now. I made a little wall where when I'm doing videos, I got a nice backdrop. All I did was stain the 2x6s and painted the sheetrock gray. I might change it up at some point in the future, but for now it'll do okay. So after doing all this, I realized that this column doesn't need to be here. So I'm gonna end up eliminating this. I can put a laminated beam all the way across there. This will do for now. I've got a Mustang to get ready for the Hot Rod Power Tour, or you could call it, in my case, the Hot Garbage Power Tour. Yeah, so I need to put an electric fan on the Mustang, some sweet patina sauce on it, some different seats in it, which I have those over here. Electric fan, sweet patina sauce, different seat belts. I might do a Shelby drop. I have a template for doing that. These are the seats that are going in it. They're out of a Volkswagen, so we're gonna have some Ford Vergnügen. This is awesome. I'm probably also going to get rid of these shelves to give myself more room in here and open this up a little bit. Hey, it's tight, but I can get some work done. And you know what they say, where there's a will, there's a relative. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I like it. Now that it's all done, was it worth it? I'm going to go with a resounding yes. I think it's increased the value of the house. It took a lot of work. It cost me about $1,200, but I got a 2-car garage for $1,200. That's a bargain. It allows me to work on cars and keep up with Sally. Anyway, hope you like this episode. More to come from the basement garage. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share it with a friend, share it with an enemy. We appreciate each of you out there following along.